Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to season 2, episode 5 of the Elouise Show. I am your host, Lynette Elouise. Today, we have a very special guest. His name is Kid Flash. This young man is an all around artist. He paints, he does animations, he produces music, and we will be talking about all of that and more. Kid Flash, welcome to the Elouise Show. Are you here?
I'm here and I'm living. I'm great. I'm feeling good. How are you? Thanks
Oh
for
my
having me.
gosh. I'm living. I'm feeling great. Thank you for joining the show.
Most definitely.
So, so yeah, tell me about your day. How's it going? Tell me about the today in the life of Kid Flash.
Today was a pretty good day. Off a little break from everything, all the madness. So I'm just recuperating, getting myself ready for the next day's work. Was able to.
We froze. We froze for a second. You say you were able to relax a little?
Yeah, and just recuperate my mind and get things back in order. And now I'm here with you. So how's your day going?
So today has been awesome. I've been on this little fitness kick. Anyone who follows me on Instagram will see me randomly go live from the gym or from my car singing.
Mhm.
Badly, might I add. But yeah, today I got a good workout in. It was kind of a relaxed day. We got to chop it up a little bit. And now we're here on the Eloise show, ready to talk.
Hey,
Okay,
if
so well, first question I want to ask actually is your name, Kid Flash. Why Kid Flash? Is,
it's
is it
just a
because you make
tribute.
animations in a flash? I don't know why I feel like going.
Yes, that actually does have part of the reason. I've been known for having an impeccable time when it comes to turning around projects and stuff like that. And also just, having the ability to sketch really, really quick. I could get any idea or concept out within less than 5 minutes or what I'm saying, and by just sketching. So that really plays a big role in why I chose the name Kid Flash. But the real reason was I was watching the Flash TV show when it first came out, and one of my mans who there was like, "Yo, you're drawing like mad fast. You should be the real Kid Flash." Like as he was running on screen, I was like, "Yo, there it goes. I'm sticking with it." Shout out my brother Tyon for that.
It's definitely a great name. But tell me a little bit more about yourself. Tell me about your passion and your journey in this realm of art.
Awesome. So yeah, my journey started back when I was 5th grade. My brother Taysir Keys, he had a little drawing notepad that he brought to school, and he showed us some of his drawings, and they were super dope for his age. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking like, as a kid, I see something I like too. So I started. I was really bad, but then over time, I was like, you know what? Nah, I can really get nice at this. So I just kept it going, and I never put the pen down from since 5th grade to now. So to see the growth from that time period, like over 12 years, is amazing. So that's how my journey started, and we'll keep going until I die.
Okay. Okay. And what are the varying artistries that you've touched upon? So you paint, you draw, you do animation. What else?
Mm. I also do music. I produce beats as well. I do a little bit of cooking here and there. I dance as well. A lot of people don't really know that. And I'm a rapper. So
Oh,
feel free to
and
go check my music out on all platforms. Mm.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Oh, you know what's interesting? I was listening. I was listening to a really good interview. Well, not an interview, the High 97's morning show, Ebro in the morning. And they were
Mhm.
talking today about when Saweetie went on their station for the first time. and they were talking about like basically how her management like pressured her into freestyling on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So would you consider yourself like, can you freestyle, and would you ever freestyle on like a show?
So I freestyle for fun. I just be playing around. So I would say I would be like on some elite, you know what I'm saying? I really have to just kind of be in a zone. Like if everybody's freestyling, you know what I'm saying? I'll say a couple words here and there. I'm not as confident with freestyling just yet. I'm still working on it. If I was to do it on a show, I would, but I would need some of my other rapper friends to be there with me because I'm not gonna lie. I would not be able to carry that thing. If I'm being honest, I would not be able to carry that whole thing to be like, yo, guys, spit some shit. Like, nah. People would be like, nah, he's just messing around.
You ever see Malibu's Most Wanted?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like B-Rad when I
Oh
rap.
yeah, I get what you're trying to say. Nah, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm not about to be
I'm
on
that
that type
I'm
of time.
that
Like I
bad.
spit
I'm
something, you know what I'm
that bad.
saying? But
I'm that
yeah,
bad. Okay,
nah.
cool.
I feel like hmm,
No, you're saying you feel like.
you get me?
Mhm.
Oh yeah. I feel like I'm a little bit better than Malibu's Most Wanted. I sometimes I kind of overthink it, you know, so that I kind of lose myself. But if I'm just like on some chill vibes, I'm just like not even thinking, I might say something elite, but it all depends.
Elite. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So now knowing that, it makes sense that what you do with regards to visual art, you're now doing in like the space of like the music industry. But I do want to know how
Mhm.
you got into doing like cover art for like, rappers within like Little TJ. Like how did that happen?
So my first ever cover art that I ever did was in November of 2017, um, where I was actually doing a cover art for Dave East and DJ Wavy. It was a song called Vacation. And it made Hypebeast magazine the first time that I posted it and everything. I was like, wow, that's crazy. So that kind of like catapulted me into the whole cover art scene. And how I got to do work with Lil TJ is like his managers were watching me from the shadows. Apparently they've been following me for a little minute. So they were able to like kind of get a feel of what I could do, and they thought I would be a good fit because at the time, Lil TJ didn't have any music released on any kind of platforms besides like SoundCloud or in like little back page kind of streaming services. So once he was ready to do the official release, like with the label and everything, they contacted me, and I did his first cover art for Brothers, which is his like hit song that took him into the lane he's in now. And from there, they just love the work, they love the quickness as well too. So how like I turn around certain projects, so they been rocking with me for like a good year and a half. And then yeah, we just, did a thing and I did my thing and then we just,
But
made it happen.
how did you even get on the scene for like Dave East's camp? Like how did you manage to like do that cover art?
One, my brother Tyon, he was my roommate back in college when I used to go to Art Institute of Philadelphia. He back when Vine was a big thing, he was tapped in with a lot of Vine artists and stuff like that. There was people being very influential on the Vine app. He tapped me in with DJ Wavy, who ended up becoming his DJ, Baby's personal DJ. Like
Okay.
they took him on tour and everything. So he got the feed. It was actually DJ Wavy's song, like it's his song featuring EXO, DJ EXO, which is another Houston DJ
Okay.
and producer. He also had Davies as the feature. So that whole collaborative project, they needed a cover art, and then he hit me up because I was like his right hand man at the time, and then it just happened. So
And how long does it take you to turn around these projects?
if it's a cover art, I would say a couple of days or less. Sometimes I can do it in the same day, but a lot of people they love it when I do the extra details and shading and stuff like that. So I try to incorporate a lot of heavy detailing and stuff. So it kind of takes me a few days to get everything right for changes and stuff. But normally within like a day to a week, depending.
And when your process for like creating cover art, is it like you sit down with the producers and they're like, we want you to create something, that's bold but refined, that has these words on it? Or is it like they're like, oh, we want you to draw a cross? Okay.
Yeah. So like most of the time they definitely like do, some of them do have concepts, but I feel like majority of the time they kind of rely on my creative intuition to like handle the project itself. So really and truly, when people do come with their concepts, I try to, take what they asked me to do and kind of flip it in my own vision. And I would say 99.9% of the time, they always love it the first time. Like, there's rarely any changes I have to do to anything. But when it comes to certain things, when you have those artists that are perfectionists, they like to have their things like down to the T. Like, I need to be wearing a Givenchy hoodie with the Balenciaga sneakers, standing on top of a Jeep, throwing money. Like, you know what I'm saying? They were really like intricate. And to see like it go from that concept to like what I make it, and then they just be like, nah, you the GOAT. It's just like a warming feeling because it's like, damn, I really captured what this person had wanted, and they like are 100% satisfied. So it's just a good feeling for me, and it puts a smile on my face.
What's your process when creating like these pieces for other people? Are you listening to their music while you're doing it? Are you in complete silence? Like how do you get to the place where you capture their vision and add your twist to it?
I would say music definitely helps. Sometimes the artist does send me the actual track, and I, catch a vibe off that. But sometimes they don't send me anything at all. They just kind of give me the name of the project and just let me go off of that. So, like, let's say the name of the project was, I don't know, the Chosen One, and then based off of that name, I would have to come up with something. So I would just kind of sit back, ponder on it for a little bit, figure out many different elements or directions that this one title could possibly, or whatever they say in the song could possibly mean. Sometimes I even use, like, if I'm going off the song that they send me, I would take one of the lyrics that they say that I feel like resonates the most with everybody, especially me, and I would make the cover based off of that. And, it works. That's my little process.
Okay.
Music
Music definitely helps. Cool. Okay.
A lot of 420 vibes, if you get what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay, so I have another question then. What is your cultural background?
I am Guyanese and African American.
Okay. Guyanese on your mom's side or your dad's side?
On both sides.
And African American on both sides? So both of your parents are like half African American, half Guyanese?
No, they like full Guyanese, but I like culturally I accept like the black role, but ethnic wise, like when it comes to nationality, I'm Guyanese.
Heard. I completely understand that sentiment. Do you think that your cultural background has contributed in any way to your art? And if so, how?
Yes, actually, because I work with so many other Black creatives and individuals that are in this scene. So it's always good to work with like-minded individuals and also people of the same color as me that's actually making noise out in the same field or industry as me too. It's always a good thing to expand ideas and just come together creatively to make something that no one has ever seen or something that's going to shake up the community. Because as a whole, I feel like the Black community needs to be more empowered when it comes to like coming together and building with one another rather than trying to like see the next person down. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people kind of like don't want to see the next person win. They like pull them up they want to kind of just leave them where they're at. I'm not really an advocate for that. I'm more of someone that wants to see everyone win. Hence why I joined the Winner's Circle team, because that's a team that everybody wins. They treat each other like family. Nobody has a role that's more higher than the next. We all kind of just make things work. So culturally, I feel like that's something, a narrative that I'm trying to help push. And, you know, being a part of something as great as this helps me do that. So definitely does play a big role with the artwork and everything that I do to push my agenda, if you will.
No. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So your network and obviously growing up around Black bodies helps contribute and inform your art. What about specifically like your Guyanese culture? Like, I know you do music. What what do Guyanese people listen to? Because I don't know. Is it reggae that you guys listening to? Like, what
Yeah,
is
man.
what is,
So
what is the musical sound of that island?
that island, yeah. So yeah, we basically like listen to the same thing as like any other Caribbean country. So reggae, soca, things of that nature. You know, we listen to like everything that you would compare like a Jamaican person listens to is the same thing a Guyanese person would listen to. So like, you know, is reggae, soca. Some people listen to you know, Hispanic type of music because it's like right there in South America, right next to Brazil. So we
Okay.
kind of listen to that type of music too. So yeah, it's just like a big like flavor bowl of just different musics and cultures that kind of just, you know, cultivate our country. So yeah, but I would say we mostly listen to like reggae and soca and stuff like that.
Do you um do you speak patois?
I understand it, but I can't speak it. They be kind of going crazy sometimes when they start speaking. So I kind of lose myself in it. But I definitely can understand and pick up what they're saying because I have a lot of Jamaican influences in my life and stuff like that.
And well, I wasn't sure if Guyanese people also spoke patois.
They don't, but they have their own kind of slang. I just don't know what it's called.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Do you feel like the music that you listen to, because of like the music that you've listened to in your household, contributes to the music that you yourself create?
Um, in a sense, when it comes to like rhythms and when it comes to like flows, yeah. I don't I don't really because the reason why I say that is like I don't really have like a Caribbean reggae kind of flow, but it's more so of like the way that Caribbean artists, you know, use their vocals to like do certain things or make certain like sound effects or noises and stuff like that. I feel like that plays a very heavy part in my ad libs and stuff. Like they use like little scream noises or like little whistles or whoo type sounds or something like that. So I use those a lot in my ad libs and stuff like that. But also just the way they create like vibes. Like they are known for just vibing out and, you know, going with the beat and just like flowing 100% through that. Like take away from their music and incorporate it into mine, because every time I hear a beat, I create a beat myself. I just, you know, like fall into the whole process, like just flowing with it, make sure everything swims like a stream, if you will. So yeah, that definitely does play a big part
And
in my music.
what would you say out of all the different artistic lanes that you live in, like what would you say is probably your pocket? What would you say is your favorite one? Like what is it that you do
So my
like, really
bread
in my
and
bag?
butter, that would have to be the art animation. Like I don't want people to get confused, be like, oh, this guy's trying to do everything. Nah, I am an artist and animator first, 100%. The rapping and the music is literally just like hobby music, like stuff I just do for fun or when I'm bored. So please don't try to like think that I'm trying to be the next rapper or anything like that. If it, you know, if one of my songs happens to go, cool. But if not, cool. So you know what I'm saying? Like I really want to push the art animation. I'm an animator first. It's been my passion since I was a kid. Waking up Saturday mornings, watching those early morning cartoons. That is the reason I do what I do. And I love what I do. I've been drawing for 12 to 13 years or going on 13 years. So it's just been a lot of, you know, good things that happen to me because of my artwork and my animation work. So that is what I'm pushing forward. I am artist animator, and as a hobby, I'm a rapper producer. So just to clarify, if
It's
anybody
really,
might be
and
confused.
it's really a great time for like Black animation because you have things like Black Hair that came out, you know what I'm saying, and the Spider-Man, the animation
Mm-hmm.
that came out, which you know, I know I was gonna say, I know you're playing the game right now. So I think right now is a really great time for Black media, period, but specifically Black animators. I know I don't know about this year, but I know last year, I think a Black animation won an Oscar. It was the Spider-Man movie,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken. Was that
Yeah,
last year? Was that 2 years ago? Am I messing this up?
I think it was 2 years ago, but
Okay.
you in the ballpark, yeah.
You know, quarantine got me messed up with time.
Facts, me too.
I forget what day of the week it is, like what month we're
Mm-hmm.
in. I'm like, people are like, we outside. No, not yet.
Right,
I'm,
right.
I'm outside to
It's not.
like work, but then I'll be home. I'll be inside.
That's a fact. Yeah, I don't even be outside like that as much as I want to be, but with the times we in, I can't afford to get sick right now
But
or do
because I've
anything
been
that.
working out, I told you earlier, because I've been working out, I'm at the Labor Day parade. Oh, we outside.
Oh yeah, we outside.
I
That's a
want
fact.
give me
You want
feathers.
feathers? They lie. We're gonna get you some
Matter of fact,
feathers then.
that same outfit Rihanna had on like 2, 3 years ago. I want that one.
Word, word. I can see you in that.
It's too bold for me. It's too bold. So okay,
Yeah.
cool. But actually, speaking of quarantine, how would you say quarantine has been positive for you as an artist?
Quarantine really just gave me a lot of time to just like hone in my creative genius and just become a more advanced artist. I've been watching a lot of YouTube and like other, seminars and stuff like that on just art, design theory and stuff like that, color theory as well, just knowing which colors work with certain palettes and just getting a more deeper knowledge into all of it. It helped me become more technical as an artist, because before I could do like the realist type drawings and paintings, but it would always kind of have that cartoony kind of look to it. I wanted it to be more hyper real. Like you can't distinguish this drawing from a picture. So I feel like throughout quarantine, me being in that type of mindset has helped me hone in on those skills where I can now look at somebody's face and draw it spot on to how they look. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a picture or just looking at them. If only we had the time. But yeah. So definitely it definitely has helped me become really, really more sharp as an artist and just, finding myself creatively, becoming one with myself. I even learned how to meditate properly. So,
Oh yeah.
it's definitely a
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I've definitely, I think I've definitely been grinding in in avenues of my life that I just never had the time for. I
mhm.
found, ways to make time for it. And now as things are starting to like slowly open up, I'm starting to find ways to make time for the things that I realize are really important to me. So like, for instance, working
Exactly.
out. I really need to go to the gym. Like I really enjoy that. So whereas before I would not get up early at all. Um like now I'm like, okay, now that I'm, going back to work and stuff now, like I'm gonna get up earlier to make sure I still get this workout in because we're not stopping this progress,
Right, right.
you know. What are some things that you're looking forward to as an artist with everything opening up?
Just looking forward to more like events, networking events, concerts, big networking social type spaces, because I feel like quarantine brought out a lot of new creative individuals So it's always good to meet new people and, just get a breath of fresh air, get some new energy in your life, because I'm not going to lie, it was a bunch of old energy that kind of had to get, dissipated, if you will, cut off that. So it's good to bring some new energy in your life, new people, because they can also bring you new opportunities and new bags and all types of different things and new relationships as well too. So it's always good to build relationships and have a strong network. So I'm really looking forward to that when everything opens up, just, and also seeing some of my old peoples the ones that didn't get, So it's definitely cool to, just see everybody again outside like how we used to be, and really living those old days like things never happened. So definitely looking forward to all of that when the world goes back to normal.
No, yeah, for sure. But don't you think we're like in this interesting pocket, like, where Zoom culture and like even like Clubhouse, like I think if it had not been for quarantine, I wonder if Clubhouse would have like, gained speed the way that it did, over the past year.
Mm-hmm.
But like I feel like there's some interesting networking that can happen now in these like virtual events and virtual spaces. Do you feel like you've been able to capitalize off of those opportunities during quarantine?
Yes, most definitely. I'm not gonna lie. If it wasn't for Clubhouse, I would not have 10K right now on the gram. And even though I'm not a big like social media person, like I don't care about followers or numbers and stuff like that. It's just like the way it works is like I started Clubhouse around December 21st, I think. And I started there with like 7,000 followers. And then literally within the span of like 3 weeks, I gained 2,000 something followers and shot up to like 9K. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I feel like this app really like paved the way for a lot of new people. Now, a lot of people kind of had they doubts about it, but it all depended on how you use the app and how you utilize what it could really do for you. You know what I'm saying? So like, I met a few, choice celebrities on there. I got the chance to speak my piece, and they heard what they heard and they liked what they liked. And I was able to get some collabs that's coming down the line in the future with some people. I don't want to name names or tell you who, but just know there's some things coming because of Clubhouse. So I feel like because of quarantine, it really, allowed people who didn't really have that opportunity to, say their piece, or people who have so much talent but don't know how to get it out there, or who to get it to get them to that next level. It provided that kind of like little bridge over the lake, if you will, to like step over and come to that other side and really just give them the confidence to say what they do, what they love to do, and see how other people can benefit or use that to their advantage to also help that person get where they need to go. So definitely love Clubhouse for that. That opportunity and just allowing people to really get they words across. So
Yeah, I think it provides people with a level of access that um was unheard of prior to quarantine. Do you think that this virtual, like this virtual access that kind of came about, do you personally believe that it'll continue once the world is like de-quarantined? Or do you think we're just gonna kind of go back to like the way things were?
I feel like things are definitely not going to be 100% the same. So I can't say that things will go back to the way they were. But I feel like with this new change with that the world is heading into, I feel like people perspective. It showed people a certain light. A lot of people are more woke. People are more hip to like the media and what's going on. A lot of people are like coming out of that slumber that they were in, so to speak. So I feel like this new world that we kind of bridging into is definitely going to provide a lot of like insight into new realms of of topics and discussions and stuff like that we've never really kind of came across before. So I feel like this is a new normal for everybody that I think a lot of people may get used to.
uh, Sorry, I was looking at our live and seeing some of the comments. I wanted to see if anyone had any questions for us. Um, but yeah. So shifting gears as the world is like starting to open up, right? And we're thinking about, let's talk about this past weekend. Let's talk
Right.
about Miami. Did you hear about what was happening in
Oh
Miami
yeah.
this past weekend?
They are wailing. Like I have never seen people act so ratchet in one space. It's ridiculous. I feel like that whole like scenario is just like unethical. Like why? Like it don't even need to be like that. Like I don't even know why they was fighting or what the real reason was, but I feel like it's just a bunch of ignorance going on in Miami. People, it's like letting a bunch of like caged dogs out for the first time. Like I understand everybody's been kind of locked up, cooped up. Like you know what I'm saying. Everybody wants to kind of spread their wings, but people are taking it a little too far. And you know what I'm saying. I think being inside got a lot of people more on edge. Now that people are starting to go back outside, so honestly, I'm just hoping that this summer is not no BS going down because a lot of people are going to be outside during the summertime, and a lot of beefs over this internet stuff is really going to have a lot of people moving
Oh,
stupid. So
love.
yeah,
Kid
I just
Flash.
hope a lot of love get, huh?
Kid Flash.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a bad summer.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be bad summer, yo. You just make sure everybody watching it. If you're listening right now, make sure y'all stay safe. Make
Stay
sure y'all
safe.
please never travel alone, especially at night.
This is
Watch your
this is
surroundings.
this, this is where I have to quote Justin LaBoy. But y'all be safe though, respectfully.
Respectfully, be safe.
Like be safe though. It's gonna
It's
be a
gonna be lit, but it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I think if we learned anything from, first of all, if we learned anything from Miami, I think what we learned is people do not know how to chill.
Right.
I think what we learned is people are dying to like just be outside. Um,
Mhm.
like the entire show of it all, fight aside, like the entire being outside, the masses of people, like the only reason why I think anyone was making a big deal out of it is because of quarantine specifically. But like yeah, the fighting is a little over the top, but if we think about like spring breaks have been crazy. Let's not forget the 90s had the Girls Gone Wild videos, which took
Oh
place
yeah.
in spring breaks. Let's not forget Freaknik. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Freaknik
let's
was a
not,
different time.
I mean, it's not my time, but I heard about it. So I'm just saying, like, the show, the spectacle, it's nothing new. It's something that's been happening, right?
Right.
Now, the part that's a little outrageous is where this pent up tension turns into violence. And that's what, like, when people talk about the summer and the way, like, specifically the way New York is going to open up this summer, they're saying that restaurants are going to be at 100% capacity by May. Clubs will be open in July. Oh, so you're saying in July July is when everyone's getting crazy, huh? July is when everyone's getting crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
It seems like it. I mean,
I don't think clubs should have bottle
like
service.
yeah, no, it's gonna be wicked. It's gonna be wicked. I ain't gonna lie. I just can't. I
Like,
can't. I don't even want
you
to. I
know,
don't even want to go. I just know it's gonna
did
be
you
a wild summer.
did you hear about how Floridians are blaming what happened in Miami on New Yorkers?
That's tough. I don't like that. Like Florida people is way more crazy than New York people, and that's a fact.
They're
Like,
saying they're saying that we flew out there, we went out there to Miami, and we were wilding out. That's what they're saying.
nah, feel me? People from New York, we do get wild, but it's like only if you make us wild. Like, we not gonna just go out of our way to, mess around with people and make them, you know what I'm saying? You gotta say something to a New York person to get them tight. And once they get tight, now you got problems. So if the Floridian person is coming to me on some rah-rah shit, what you think? I'm just gonna stand there and let this man talk to me crazy? No, I'm gonna speak back. And then obviously when people speak back, altercations happen, and then the hands start throwing, and then shit get crazy. But I don't think I can't jack that. I do not.
I don't think you help the case of New Yorkers at all.
I mean, listen, I'm just speaking facts. If you want me to be real, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't think we came out there with the rah-rah, you know what I'm saying?
You basically said, nah, we don't start it, but we finish it though.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And if you don't want to start nothing, don't say nothing. Like, if you can't handle the heat, then don't come in the kitchen, respectfully. But yeah. I mean, hey, I'm here though. Good luck to everybody else over there. Like I said, be safe, respectfully. It is what it is.
And other current events. Do you follow? Did you watch the Justin LaBoy Saweetie interview?
I've seen clips of it. Like the highlight clips. I didn't watch the whole thing though.
Okay, what are your thoughts on that whole
situation? Me personally, I try to stay. I do stay out of like celebrity life and their relationships and stuff because I'm too busy trying to get my bag to like their levels so niggas can talk about me. But me personally, I just feel like you had a good woman, and you kind of like let it go. I really don't know how she acted or how she is as a person, so I can't really speak too much on it. But based off what I'm seeing, I wouldn't cheat on Saweetie. Goddamn it, you see who that is? Fine. Like I would never cheat on nothing like that. But I mean, people got their issues. People got, what I'm saying, things that they go through that's behind closed doors. So nobody really could have a say so on anything unless you were like a part of that camp or the people directly. So me personally, I don't have a strong opinion on it, but I don't know. I don't really rock with no cheating and stuff like that because I'm a very faithful dude. Yeah. So I would say, stick with her, but
the narrative that I've been hearing pumped a lot as it relates to why he may have cheated, because again, we don't know what happened, but why he may have cheated. And the argument that I hear a lot of people make is about access. People's mention that, because he is a celebrity, because he has a lot of money, he has more access to women, and that's why he cheated. Like, or that's what gives him the ability to cheat on someone like Saweetie, because as amazing as she is, there's a woman with a better body or something like that. That's like the narrative that I've been hearing, but I'm like, yo, but like, nah.
I mean, people do get, when you got that type of money and that level of like fame and everything like that, the women probably do come easy. So I know there's a lot of temptation, but I mean, me as a person, personally speaking from like how I would go about it if I was on that type of level, I know that if I got somebody that's at home holding it down in every single aspect, and I'm saying somebody I could come home to, I'm not gonna leave that for no one night shorty that I, what I'm saying, because that's like a one night thing versus a long term for everything or potentially for everything. So it's like, why would I give that up for something that could happen in like a little quick, second, and then is she out the door? It's like, nah, I'm looking for longevity. I'm looking for something that's like, what I'm saying, like this is gonna last. That's something I'm proud to come out home to or show off outside. But I mean, I got a different mindset than other people. Plus, I don't got that type of money and I don't know that type of life. So I'm just kind of speculating. But me personally, I know that if I was like that, I would stay faithful. But I mean, it would be tempting. I'm not gonna lie. There would be a lot of temptation, but it's all on the man to like mentally be like, yo, I know shorty's on me like crazy, but I got a nice ting at home. I cannot fondle that. I can't fumble that. You know what I'm saying? I can't let that go. So you got to be mentally prepared and strong. Be like, nah, sweetie, I do appreciate you, showing me this energy, but respectfully, I got a ting at home that love me just as much as you do. I'm going to her. So
the Guyana came out of you. A nice
yeah.
I got a nice thing at home. And I think this goes back to like access, right? So we talked
Mm-hmm.
about how quarantine gave us access like virtually to each other on a whole other level, right? But overall, like social media really does connect us in ways that I feel like the generation before us was not connected.
Right.
And outside of like connecting people to celebrities for, you know, whole culture. Yeah, I said it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how do you, and I'm not, and mind you, when I say whole culture, I'm not just speaking about women. That wholeness is gender fluid. And
Mm-hmm.
when I say whole culture, men are included in whole culture. Matter of fact, they run that shit usually.
That's a fact.
But how important do you think that like social media is for creative professionals specifically?
So social media, I, I feel like
Ooh, we're frozen like Elsa.
big is because social media, a lot of potential client exposure. They oh, you can hear me?
No, not at all.
Oh nah.
Okay, I think we should be,
All right, we back. We good?
we good.
We valid?
We
All right, all
back.
right, say less. But yeah, so I feel like social media definitely plays a big role in a lot of crafts and people's niches, so to speak. I feel like with that type of platform, especially if you were like somebody who doesn't have like a certain amount of numbers backing you and stuff like that, if you get your work posted by someone with those type of numbers, it can gain you a lot of business exposure and more like clients and stuff like that. So I feel like the social media wave really did take the media industry and the entertainment industry and took it like by storm. Like it really changed the whole way we look at stuff, because nowadays people don't even care about your talent or what you could do or how you do it. They just care that you bringing in numbers. If you could be the most talentless, boring, cut and dry person, but if you bringing in 100,000 or 1,000,000 views or something like that, they're gonna sign you. They're gonna pay you handsomely and give you all the acknowledgement that you want and need. And you know what I'm saying? Just because you could pull a crowd nowadays. But before, it used to be like you have to have talent, you have to have the grind, the work ethic. A lot of people kind of fell back on those waves to go digital. And it's like, that's cool and all, but it's like you're gonna get a lot of one time, here, then, here now, gone later type people. You know what I'm saying? It's like never gonna be a lasting thing unless you like turn that person into it. But it's like, why do that if you could find somebody who has that type of talent, work ethic, and stuff like that, and just push them, help them gain that type of crowd? But like I said, a lot of people don't even care about that. As long as you come to them with those type of numbers, it's just gonna make your situation easy. But social media definitely did take this whole thing and switch it up like crazy.
So do you think it's necessary though for success?
I honestly now, yeah, I think nowadays, yes, it is very necessary. Because like I said, everything's going digital now. Like sooner or later, the US dollar is not even gonna have its own weight. So everybody's going crypto now.
Honestly, sooner or
I feel
later.
like
The way that the US is
social
handing out these checks for
media is
money that is,
definitely necessary because a lot of people, all because they're going digital. Like it's very necessary. Like labels won't even look at you if you don't got you say you do or anything like that. So it sucks, but it is necessary.
yeah. You said the American dollar is not even gonna hold weight sooner or later. And the way they're handing out checks for money that we don't have is gonna be sooner rather
Mhm.
than later.
That's a fact.
But
So I suggest everybody get into that crypto space right now.
so ultimately, what
Mhm.
are your goals creatively and professionally?
Creatively, I would love to be more of a hyper realist artist, because like I was mentioning earlier, during the quarantine I was able to really get technical with my skills and hone in on that hyper realism. So I feel like now, um if I was able to, well, I'm not even, not if, when I'm more able to like produce more hyper realism pieces, I feel like I'd be at my peak. Like, because hyper, if for those who don't know, hyper realism is basically like indistinguishable from actual photo. Like if I was to hold up a picture of me and then a drawing of me, it'll look exactly the same, if not better. So that's the lane I'm trying to more so push, because once I feel like, once I master that, I can literally say that I can draw anything. Now, don't get me wrong, I can still do hyper realism when it comes to like landscapes or stuff like that and the cartoons and everything. But when it comes to like faces or people, I need to get a little bit better. I'm almost there, but just not fully. So that's what I need to be creatively, and that's my goal for that. And professionally, with everything that I do now, um, I feel like with the cover art stuff, I kind of already accomplished what I wanted to do, because I told myself when I first started doing cover arts, I wanted to get a plaque, and I now have two. Blessed to shout out Lou and Winter Circle for my two plaques. Appreciate y'all. And yeah, so I feel like I was the animations deal. I'm trying to search something like that for my one of my animated shows to get picked up and have people streaming my shows or any kind of animated shorts or skits that I do. That's definitely something I want to get into, the lane that I'm trying to push for this end goal with animation. And like I said, with the music, that's more so for a hobby. So if one of those potentially does go off and it becomes a hit or something, cool. But if not, it's also cool. I'll just make it for fun. But for beats though, because I do produce music as well, I would like to get a beat placement with a major artist. So any major artist that maybe, want to rock out with one of my beats, tap in. Let's get it. I make heat.
No, fire, fire. Um, what would you say is your favorite thing about being a Black creator in 2021?
My favorite thing about being a Black creator in 2021 is being a Black creator in 2021, because like I said, yo, it's so many creatives popping out of this whole quarantine thing, and it's so cool to see so many new faces in the industry. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, to call myself one of those faces that's making some noise out here is honestly truly just a blessing and an honor, because I would have never thought that this little kid from Jersey would have made it, you know what I'm saying, in this industry, or making it, excuse me, because I ain't made it yet. I'm making it in this industry. So it's just, it's honestly, it's cool, just watching something that I created off my iPad or my laptop become this big thing where everybody's sharing it, posting it, working with certain individuals and creative minds, just watching it go from this little, conversation to this big thing where it's being spread across many different platforms is just a mind-boggling experience for me. And I just can't believe that I'm able to be one of those lucky, individuals, especially in a time where Black people are very, hated on. Even though we've always been hated on, but it's like I feel like now it's like more vocal and more, visual, that we are being hated on. So I feel like me being a Black creative, pushing this narrative of like, yo, if you put your mind to it, you can do it no matter what anybody say, is definitely helping my other brothers and sisters know that, like, if I could do it, you could do it too. You know what I'm saying? It's no limits what you can do. As long as your mind is in it, you could do whatever you want to do. So it's honestly just so super cool to be a Black creative right now. It's just like a time where we need more Black creatives, we need more Black empowerment, we need more Black people on the forefront, because they've been trying to keep us in the shadows for so long, and we the type of people that's like, nah, you ain't about to keep me so down for so long. at some point I'm gonna rise up and I'm gonna let you know I'm here, I exist, and I matter. So
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm loving it.
I
I'm
think
loving it.
I think the dope thing about the emerging Black artists across like all artistries is that we're in a position where, well, before, like, we got to tell our story and we got to tell it from our space, but maybe we weren't exactly at the forefront of culture, or we weren't acknowledged as being at the forefront of like culture. But now
Mm-hmm.
it, like, I just feel like we're a little bit more in your face about it, and Blackness isn't defined by one thing. You know, there's variety in Blackness, there's variety in Black voices. Like, we're seeing diversity in our imagery, and I feel like the
Mm-hmm.
reason why we're seeing that is because we have more of us in control of the stories, in control of the images, you know, in control of the narrative. And while there's still a lot more work to be done, like, we're in a good place right now. Like, the stuff that comes
Nice.
out, I feel like the stuff that's being created right now, the stuff that we're gonna see, like the films, the artwork, the music, the stuff that's gonna come out over the next decade, I think is gonna be amazing. Specifically what's created by us, our people.
That's a fact. I 100% agree with that. You know, it's a lot of new faces, like I said, pulling up to this like whole new outlook towards certain message or meanings. And I feel like that's what's really gonna like speak to the masses like a lot, because it's not only a new look on the same topic, but it's also coming from someone with the same skin color as us that's telling the same story. So it's just like, wow, I never thought I could look at it this way. So I feel like that I'm really excited to see what new art, films, and you know, anything creatively comes from the Black culture going forward from now. I think it's gonna be a very shell-shocking experience for the whole planet, like, for real.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I feel like we just got on a topic that we could really talk about for another hour, but our
Mhm.
time is coming to an end. So I want
Oh
to, you know, I
no.
like I was saying earlier, I think I should create a space on Clubhouse. I think we should create like discussions, the discussions that we're looking to have in on that platform. I think we should create something like that and just start it up, because I go on there and I'm looking to talk about certain things or hear certain things, but all I keep hearing about is like networking and how to grow your Instagram. And that's cool, but that's not what I want to talk about. That's not what I want to hear.
Right. Like nobody
Um,
want
so let's connect about like how we can keep the conversation going.
most
Um,
definitely.
but but what I did want to say is thank you so much for joining the Elouise show. I'm really, really excited about your success thus far. And like, I'm very, very like excited for where you're headed, because you know, you clearly have a great work ethic. You're in a unique but totally just amazing position right now to catapult yourself. Everything that you say that you want to accomplish, like, it's not far-fetched, and you're so young. Like, I can literally see you doing everything that you're saying that you want to do. So I think it's going to be amazing. Sidebar: when you create your film,
Mhm.
do the music production on your film, because you know, like, when people see, like, when people hear your film soundtrack, like, if, for instance, Black Panther, when you think of like Black Panther, the soundtrack of the film was actually really, really good. The musical production was amazing,
Mhm.
right? So that might be your way of getting noticed by the artists that you want to get noticed by, to do the production with a major artist one day.
It's a fact.
So
Fact.
that's just like an idea that I had while
Right
you
here. You know, tell it my brand. I like
were
that.
but
But nah, I just want to say thank you so much for having me on your platform. Like,
Thank you
it's
for
just
joining me.
amazing to be here. So I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to me.
I appreciate you appreciating me. Store love. um, and also thank you to anyone who tuned in live and for anyone who's going to tune in the future. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Bless up, people, and please be safe. And don't wild out, please.
Yeah, let's not make a Miami part 2.
let's show these Floridians that New York has class.
Hello.
I don't know what class that is. But we definitely have some class, right? Right? We're
Of
not.
course, of course. But nah, yeah. Make sure you guys also subscribe to her show. Make sure you guys share it. We appreciate and love everybody that's tuning in and everything. I just, like I said, I'm super grateful to be here. And if I could make a quick little shout out,
Please.
I just want to make a shout to my to my parents, first of all, because they are the ones who actually like helped me get the tools that I need to get started. So I just want to give a big shout out to them. And just my family for being, a ride or die, group of individuals that you just make sure that I'm, keeping on my path and just going. And the Winner Circle team for believing in my craft and what I'm saying, just like allowing me to be who I am in their space. Shout out Germ, White, EA, Claudia, the whole gang, Chef, Sleepy, everybody, what I'm saying? And make sure you guys go tap in. Sleepy just dropped a new song called Two Sauce out now right now. Make sure you go get that. More heat dropping. We got everything pulling up. So appreciate y'all. That's it. I go by the name of Kid Flash, and we out of here.
And I'm your host, Lynette Elouise. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Elouise Show. And hopefully I will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Later.